You've heard the saying, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Well, a lot of these real-life lessons apply to singing too. I'm going to give you 4 pieces of solid advice based upon my 34 years of teaching thousands upon thousands of singers. I'll call this Victoria's advice. Number 1. Just because you can hit a high note, does it mean you should perform it in a song? Well, this depends upon a lot of things. First of all, does it show off your voice? Or does it push you to your limit? Remember, we never sing our highest note in public. We always have to have some kind of a cushion. The high note is often the big money note or the climax of the song, but if it doesn't show you off, well, you have 2 choices. Sometimes the high note is just an option and you can still sing the lower note as an alternative. Great, but if you really want to sing that high note, that exciting part of the song, then what do? Your other alternative would be to lower the key, and that takes us to number 2. Just because you can sing a song in a particular key, often the original key, should you? My mantra is you sing what shows off or optimizes your voice best. Now, sometimes you don't have that choice of changing the key. Maybe you're singing with a choir, or maybe you're singing with the band and you have to sing in their set key. Well, then there's nothing you can do about that. But so often we're singing a cover that was written for someone else's voice that might be totally different from our voice. If I'm singing a song that was written for a 25-year-old belter or high soprano, it's probably not going to sound very good in my voice. So then I'll lower the key. Most of the time the audience can't even tell if you're just lowering the key slightly, but they certainly can tell if you're singing in a key that's too high and they hear you straining. Number 3, just because you can or want to sing a song, should you? Now, I'm not talking about singing at karaoke and having fun at parties. I'm talking about really working on a song, and a lot of times singers work on songs that are not right for them. I'm talking about focusing and putting in all the practice on a song that might not even be right for you. Maybe it's not right for you at this stage of your vocal development, or it's not right for your particular voice type. For example, if you're a light lyric soprano and you're singing a big dramatic aria, it's not a good idea. Or in one of my recent classes, I had a bass baritone with a big, beautiful voice, and he sang a song of Michael Jackson's. I'm talking about when Michael Jackson was 11 years old. And he tried to sing it in the original key. Not a great idea. Finally, I asked him, could he please sing a song that was lower, that was more comfortable for him? And this glorious voice came out and the class was stunned. Why am I so passionate about this? Because this happened to me. Story time. In my younger days, I was categorized as a light lyric soprano, particularly lyric coloratura, and truly that was not my voice type, but I didn't know any better, so I faked it for years because that's what I wanted to sing. And I had one aria. I said, no matter what it takes, I'm going to perform that aria in public before I die. And I practiced it every single day for 2 years. And I went from voice teacher to help me perfect it. Finally, I performed it once and it was respectable, but I killed myself to sing it. And after that, I said, I don't care. I never want to sing that aria again. I don't even want to hear it. So sure, when I think back to it, yeah, okay, it was on my bucket list, but all of the hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars that I spent to sing one song once, when I could have been having fun singing other things that made me happy. Then, to make matters worse, I had one voice teacher tell me, well, you really do need to sing the optional high note because that's what audiences expect, and that's tradition. I wish I could have known that instead of wasting all that time. Number 4, just because you can sing riffs and runs, should you? Well, first of all, a lot of singers sing riffs and runs and don't realize how sloppy they are because they never learned how to do them correctly. See my video on that. Okay, this is a pet peeve of mine. When you take a beautiful melody, and then a singer decides to put so many riffs and runs, just showing off, that it takes away from the original song. Remember that riffs and runs have to be inspired. They have to mean something. It's not just there for you to show off. They usually come in the second half of the song as a way to embellish the melody and expand on the message. But sometimes I hear singers doing riffs and runs right in the beginning of the song, and this is my opinion. Personally, I feel cheated because I want the melody and the song becomes all about them instead of the beauty of the music and the original message. It means so much more if you can build and inspire with the riffs and runs rather than just throwing them at people because you can. It is now time for Victoria's Wisdom. Just because you can sing something doesn't mean that you should. Sing and perform what shows off your unique voice best and what showcases the music. For more practical life lessons applied to singing, see my playlist on that. And see this video if you want to supercharge your singing practice. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.